Welcome back, everyone. This is Akinar here with more Sekiro, where last time we started checking out the Sunken Valley and the Snake Eyes, the folks with the big guns. They come in, I would say, all shapes and sizes, but they're really just one size. They're big, but they do come in all sorts of different varieties. They got lots and lots of firearms, and we did manage to take on Snake Eyes Shirafuji. Also had a very big gun, but we got the job done, and now we have a gun fort. What I'm guessing is a gun fort. We have to make it through into there and find the place that we have a key for. We have a key to open a door somewhere within here, I think. But we got to make it past the bajillion snipers. So that is the task that lies in front of us today. Let's very quickly, before we get into that, let's very quickly check out our... let's actually quickly... I noticed the guy that I thought had keeled over here. I thought you had keeled over on us last time. But you're still hanging in here, huh? Or is this something that, yeah, the gun fort. I think you said this last time. It's been a few days, so I don't remember exactly. Right, you did mention the Senpo Temple Bell, which I'm guessing is a different bell than the demon, the bell demon. Yeah, so maybe this is just a scripted sequence that sort of resets when you sit at an idol. So, okay, let's go ahead then and quickly check our skills. I want to spend some skill points here, and one of the things that I have noticed in checking out the skills off camera, we have unlocked this empowered mortal draw. I think now once we picked up the mortal draw, the mortal blade, we did gain at least access to seeing this ability. We still don't have this one, don't know what this is yet. I don't know. One of the problems is we haven't really played around with the Mortal Blade yet, and I don't exactly know how many situations it's going to be useful. Kind of like the Mercury counter at the start of the game, I just didn't have enough context yet. I didn't have enough experience with the game to know how many enemies were going to have, you know, thrust attacks that were Mercury counterable. Turns out there's a whole bunch, and it's actually an extremely powerful ability. I don't know if the empowered mortal draw is going to be similar, though. So for now, I think what we're going to do is we're actually going to aim for Shadowfall. The reason is, first of all, it sounds like a very cool ability, but I think I know what we need to unlock it. I have also noticed that even though these two icons are the same, they say different things. One is an unknown art upgrade. The other is an unknown combat art, which I think gives us our clue to know which tree is connected to that. What is it called again here? Shadowfall. We would need an unknown art upgrade as the second prerequisite after Shadow Rush, and I think that is the ability here in the Temple Arts tree, as opposed to the Ashina Arts, which has the unknown combat art. So we don't know what those abilities are, but I think we now know what the payoff is that we need. So I want to start building into the Temple Arts tree. I kind of want to check out Praying Strikes. First of all, it sounds like a pretty cool ability to at least see how that feels in action. And also the path to get to the ultimate payoff is pretty short. There's not, it's only 3 or maybe 4 tiers in, depending on where you want to start your counting. But there's not too many prerequisites, right? You only need 1 prerequisite here, 1 here, and 1 here. Now, who knows, these may cost like 4 or 5. It may still be an expensive path, but compared to some of the other trees that require multiple abilities in multiple different prerequisites, this one feels a little bit more of a straight shot. So I'm going to go ahead and unlock the Praying Strikes here and see what we get. I think we're going to go ahead and get that. We have 6 skill points to spend, and we have a new icon here right off the bat. Very interesting. Virtuous Deed. Haven't seen, you get used to seeing these different sort of like a combat latent effect or something related to your healing. This one looks like it's probably related to items. Acquires the latent skill Virtuous Deed. Improves the amount of sen obtained from enemies and improves item drop rates. Nice. This feels even better. I'm almost, I think I instantly am going to get this, actually. Now that I'm looking at this and seeing this in action, I love this sort of ability. I love improving both of those things. And it also is it's the first step in getting to this, or the first next step after the Praying Strikes, to getting to the unknown art upgrade. So let's go ahead, I think, and get that. I'll check this very quickly. This is an upgrade, looks like, to the praying strikes. Let me make sure I finished reading this. In the words of the High Priest of Senpo Temple, one should focus only on deeds of virtue and forego thoughts of attaining wealth. That seems to contradict what this ability does. And those monks were carrying around a lot of sen, it turned out. They were not, as I said before, they really weren't living that, the true foregoing wealth life. But Praying Strike's Exorcism adds a finishing attack to Praying Strikes. Unleash a flurry of quick attacks, inflicting damage while preventing counterattack. Then use a heavier blow using one's entire body to complete the combination. The Senpo monks also use this technique as a way to purge themselves of worldly desires. However, there's always a however, it seems like. We're not going to be getting that one right now, though, especially because it's sort of dead ends over here. I've started focusing my attention more on these ultimate payoffs as much as I am tempted by abilities like Breath of Life, and I do want to try those at some point, but I've been avoiding those just because I kind of want to see if we can make it to more of these ultimate upgrades. Let's go ahead and unlock Virtuous Deed, because that just is an all-around useful ability. So, and that unlocks the next one that we would get if we were going for the final ability is Senpo Leaping Kicks. New combat art where repeated attacks begin with a leaping kick, a combined anti-air counter and sweep attack counter. Counters both anti-air and sweep attacks. Followed up with a combination of kicks. A technique refined by the recluses of Senpo. According to their practices, mastery of the leaping kick improves one has attained true enlightenment. Okay. We'll probably get to try that out because I'm probably just going to go ahead and get this as our next upgrade. This one I might want to get as well. I do like this is essentially the equivalent of the silver snake ring, right? The covetous serpent ring in Dark Souls. And it's nice having kind of it's both. It's actually the silver and the gold wrapped into one. Silver and gold snake rings. But this is probably where we're going to be aiming for. Okay. We've actually spent some skill points for once. That doesn't happen too often. I like to debate and think over things. Okay. I think we're ready to make an approach back to the gun fort now. Now that we have given ourselves at least a safe spot, we can try to quickly get into the action here. Little dicey there as to when we're gonna get our... I wasn't sure if I was gonna get my grapple point for a second, but we should be able to get up here at the very least. And this is at least a safe spot, question mark, that allows us to kind of hang out while the snipers de-aggro. And we can... Maybe I should have taken a little bit of a view with the monocular, but I'm hoping we're going to have more safe spots. Full of ash. Okay, was there anything else over here? I think we ended our fight over here, but I didn't pick up the item. More scrap magnetite. We have lots of upgrades. One of the things that I was noticing, we're playing with this bell demon now, and I've been enjoying, as I have been this whole time, I've been enjoying going back and starting fresh files, and I started a new one, and this time made a beeline straight for the bell demon because I wanted to see what it changes from the very start. Also, I was a little wanting to see there when we were going to be getting in range of the snipers. But one of the things I think it changes is it says it gives increased rewards, and I think it gives you a lot more of those scrap magnetite and maybe not scrap magnetite yet, but I've noticed a lot more black gunpowder and a lot more of the whatever the other tier 1 ability was. Now, do I have a spot here to hide at all? Or are they going to get me? I need to actually change back to the loaded umbrella. I just barely have a spot here to kind of avoid the bullet fire, but I don't know if I actually de-aggro, which it doesn't look like I do. Let me go ahead and wait for the next round of bullets, and then we'll quickly grab this item. Antidote powder, fine. Now, where am I going from here? Where is the next grapple point? That's the part that I guess... I don't initially see it, so am I going to have to take a leap of faith here? Maybe I'll use the... Do I get to it via a grapple point? I'm really not sure. Oh, I forgot to collect the stuff from the, looking at the send amount there to see how it might be improved. The problem is I don't remember yet. I don't have it locked in exactly how much. What we're going to do, I was going to say how much each enemy drops. What we're going to do is we're just going to go right back to the last commute idol here, and we're going to scout things out a little bit more before we jump into things. Cuz I wasn't quite sure of where the path, what path we want to take. Maybe there was something on the other side. Was there something over here? It feels like this should be a grapple point, but the camera, I wasn't seeing any icon popping up. Maybe we just need to take a leap of faith and just go for it. Maybe let's do that. Or we'll look one more time at the other side. We'll look one more time at the left side, and we will just make sure there weren't any grapple points over there that I missed. Dang it. And then where does it put me? Why did I think it was going to put me back at the idol? I don't know why I thought that. I thought for some reason it was going to put me back at the sculptor's idol. Wow. Okay, so that they can actually, I don't know. Okay. This is a pretty hairy scenario here. I think I'm just going to, we're going to go ahead and reset this one more time. I would hate to get off on the wrong foot here. I was going to say they for some reason I was thinking I would have iframes while I was doing the grappling hook, but they were definitely hitting me during that move. We just need to be a little quicker here. A little bit quicker on the draw, or be a little more willing to use our loaded umbrella. The loaded umbrella has been pretty good. Ooh, there is something right here, isn't there? Aha, okay, this makes a lot more sense. There was something that I had missed. And maybe this is one little positive here for the remnants. The remnants, I know a lot of people complain about them sort of being clutter, just adding clutter to the screen and the environment and not being, you know, a lot of people seem to think that they're better off staying off. And probably in most cases, that is the case. But I have found that there are at least enough useful instances where they are either drawing my attention to something that I might otherwise miss, or they are demonstrating something that I would not have thought of or did not think of initially. And this might be one small case. Maybe I would have found that ledge on my own, but in this case, the remnant gave a little bit added help, extra help in making sure that I noticed that. Now, I can probably just make a run for it here across the bridge. We might use our loaded umbrella at first just to look around over on this side. Maybe I'll do that here. Just want to see if there's an item or anything. Or anything. Can I actually take cover here? It does actually give me cover, kind of. Yeah, we're actually not getting hit. So that's nice, at least. It doesn't seem like there's anything that we need to get other than getting to the other side of the bridge. So let's make a run for it. And see what happens. There is a hole in the bridge that I was looking at the gunfire. I was waiting to see when the next gunfire. There is something to grapple here, though. This is another secret path. Not another secret path, but it is a little bit more of a sheltered path as compared to this bridge. But the bridge maybe leads to the same spot. We would get to the bridge, we would get to the end of the bridge, and we would be in the same scenario here. So there's like an above path and a below path, but they both seem to lead to the same spot. So now we are in the position that I initially thought we were going to be reaching, a position below the snipers. Now, the question is, how are we getting up? And there are spots to grab on here. I'm just a little... Aha, here's one of you. Okay, can I... Can I move at all? No! There was supposed to be a, That is one part of the system here when it comes to death blows. That, like, there was very clearly a death blow icon there. And so I pressed R1, but then the death blow seemed to go away. And maybe it was because I was moving and I just need to be stood still or not moving. Let's try that again here. Because I want to, you know, I want to do this the right way. And it's clearly giving me the ability. Yeah, it must have been this thing where there's different, almost like a slide, like a slideshow. Not a. What am I thinking of? You know, when a slide projector, when they flip over to the next slide. That's kind of what that felt like there. But here we can very clearly use the Shinobi Ledge Hang Death Blow. Now, the only downside to that is I guess I get the experience, but I don't get the increased sen and item discovery, which is a little bit of a bummer, but I do like the Ledge Hang Death Blow. It's pretty fun to do. Now, I could just get up here and go behind you, right? We could do it that way as well. Wow, you drop yellow gunpowder. Okay. I wonder if that's the Bell Demon giving us that extra. It does seem like that's maybe the main increase in item discovery, is that we're getting the enemies have a chance to drop Shinobi prosthetic upgrades. Let's go to the next point over here. Okay, I see. Oops. Where were you shooting from? I don't know. Let's go to the next spot here. This one I will definitely get you from here if I can. Okay. Now there's one up there which is kind of starting to see us. Let's see if we can get out of view of you. All right, there we go. So, is there a grapple point? If we get on, if we climb up, we're gonna get spotted by the person up there, which maybe we're no longer in a spot where we cannot be seen, although there is a grapple point directly above us. So I could go here maybe, and I think that's what I'm gonna try. Let's do that. Oh, are those landmines? I thought somebody was shooting at us at first, but now I'm wondering if those were landmines. I don't even know if we took damage. Oh, shit. Ooh, okay, that person was coming over to check where the explosions went off. What are those exactly? I don't know what those are. We're getting hit from the side. I need to take cover here. Fuck. I didn't realize I was getting shot by this person over here. Let's drink. I'm gonna just retreat here to where I can, at least, if they'll let me. That situation was very very confusing because of what I think were some sort of a landmine that were going off beneath me. I was really thrown off by that because I thought it was gunfire at first, but it hadn't happened in concert with you get this egg. One of the key things with Sekiro that's so different from Dark Souls is that the game is very clear in telling you when you have aggroed an enemy. There's an intermediary point there. I wonder where that leads. to another grapple point. We're going to go back up here for now. But the game is very clear about demonstrating to you when an enemy has attracted full attention, or when you have attracted an enemy's full attention. And so, the fact that I was getting gunfire all of a sudden, or what I thought was gunfire, without getting the coinciding music that cues you into, you know, the dramatic cue of the combat music, it really threw me for a loop because I was confused as to what was going on. We did, however, attract some attention, and we got the cannon person involved. Let's see if we can get back up here. Let's take you out at least. Okay, the cannon person is still here, and maybe we can get the drop on you this time without... Nice. Okay, so are we in a spot where we're not spotted by anybody? I think so at the moment. I'm not seeing any arrows. So yeah, I think that's what we're dealing with here, is that maybe it's the patches on the ground that are... We'll maybe test this out in a moment when I have a little bit better feeling of being safe, but it might be these patches that kind of have this the brownish grass, and you step on those and all of a sudden they ignite. And they don't just... Now, I don't know if they were dealing damage to us. It's really hard to process new stuff, new scenarios, and when multiple things are going on. But whether or not they were damaging us, they definitely were attracting the attention of other enemies. So that is something to be aware of. Now, can I make it up to you? I think so. Just need to find the spot to grapple here. Okay, now I'm starting to feel like we might be in a safe spot. Making that initial approach and trying to digest and decipher a new scenario is always a... I mean, that's the challenge of a first playthrough. Now, okay, I still want to test this, but first I want to see, can we make it around and take you out? Or does it even matter? Let's test this out. I want to see whether or not we take damage and also attract the attention. Okay, we did not take damage, but we did attract both enemies that were in the area. I see 2 yellow arrows now. I also see a grapple point up there. But 2 enemies that both sort of get heightened awareness, at least momentarily. Now that one's gone back to normal. Okay, I think now we know what to look for. I was so confused at first. What the heck is going on? Now, how do we make it up to you? Or we make it through a door over there. We don't have to... Maybe we need to use this grapple point? This grapple point would lead where? That is... It feels like it would grapple... It's an intermediate point, so we would get flung just right over here, wouldn't we? Do I need to go back up here, maybe? If I go back up here and I use this spot... Huh. I'm really confused. I don't know. I don't know what that's supposed to... Maybe it's supposed to be from this side I use it to get up there. Okay, but either way, you can't see me, it doesn't seem like. So let's just make our way around here. And we're going to make it inside and see if we can take you out. See if there's anything over here. There is another way to get up. Maybe this is the alternate path was involved. We did see an intermediate point. As I see there was some loot that I missed. We're going to go back for that loot at some point. But I think there was an alternate path that we could have made it through the valley. Or at least along this cliff face. Maybe we'll investigate that a little bit more, but there's definitely, it looks like, multiple ways to get the job done here. Now let's see if we can hug the wall. Come here. There we go. Gotta remember all our different stealthy death blow techniques. Let's also take the monocular off the bar here before I forget about that. Go ahead and crouch and oops. Got another person to think about. Can I also lure you over? Do you I think we're gonna try and use some shards here if the long range enemies will work similarly to... Dang it. Alright, well we're gonna just wait a moment for you to turn around and then see if we can sneak up on you. There's going to be somebody else in here. Okay. So how do we want to deal with this? We could get the ninjutsu, right? Well, not now we can't. Not now we can't. Two of you is a little too much. Two of you is a little more than I can handle at the moment. So we're going back over here. We're gonna grab this and we're gonna drink. Nope, that's a shard. We're gonna drink. Okay, now, could I get a shard now? I would like to bring one of them over. Maybe we'll wait until they turn around. If I'd have been a little more decisive, I could have gone direct. I could have gone straight up and gotten the ninjutsu while the back was turned. Now it looks like we don't need it. All right. It does. It's not always the. It seems to get the job done. The technique of running away just a little bit. The technique of backing up and allowing the enemies to sort of de-aggro. It is a pretty surefire method in the FromSoft games, it seems like. The shotgun enemies. The shotgun enemies, I did notice that, oh, that's a snapseed. I did notice that we were actually, when I was in combat with this shotgun enemy down here, I was actually deflecting their entire, like, it wasn't because they're firing these shotgun blasts, but we were still able to deflect all the damage. I thought for sure we would be taking some damage just by the nature of the fact that I can't deflect every single bullet, but I guess it turns out I can. So that is a legitimate tactic. Oh, we're going into night vision here, huh? Okay. There isn't a sculptor's idol, though. Okay. Woo, that's what I was hoping for. That's what I was hoping for. I'm not going to rest just yet because I do want to take another little peek outside and just see, was there anything else? It feels like we've now scoured, or we've gone through and at least dealt with all the enemies. And so now maybe we can give one more look as to where there was a spirit emblem out here that I missed. There might be some items as well on some ledges that we've overlooked, like up here maybe. There is a remnant up there. I'd be curious to know how they were able to reach that spot. But I think there was an alternate path over this way, wasn't there? There was, because there was an intermediate point over here. Yeah, that down there, the intermediate grapple point. I'm looking if there's any other grapple points. And then you go over here. Okay, so that's another way that you could... So you could almost just ignore the gun folks altogether and just make your way directly here. And maybe I would do that on future playthroughs. There is an item that we missed. So that paid off. Gokan's sugar. I really should be using that more often, shouldn't I? I definitely, in playing the fresh file, the most recent fresh file that I started, where I have been kind of playing with the Bell Demon from the beginning, we definitely take a lot more posture damage, as well as vitality damage, but the posture damage is really noticeable against especially the tough enemies. The tougher enemies that, where deflect spamming is a lot more, it gets punished a lot more, because the downside to simply blocking an attack as opposed to properly deflecting it is a lot more imposing, because your posture damage builds up so much more quickly. Now at this point we have built up our vitality and posture meters 4 times since the beginning of the game. We've been getting those prayer beads, and so it's not as noticeable maybe getting the Bell Demon now. We'll see how we go. I think we're gonna keep we're going to keep the Bell Demon for the moment, and if we do get to the point where it's really just becoming not fun, that's going to be the main determinant, I think, is where I'm just, if I get to a point where I'm so overly frustrated that it's just no longer enjoyable, then we might consider taking it off. Banishing the Bell Demon. What is this ledge for? There's a piece of loot there, but I don't see a grapple point to get to the next spot. There is also what appears to be an abyss below us. Is this another bottomless hole? There is literally nothing that I can see down there. I don't know why this is here, though. I'm going to check this remnant real quick. Probably deflect spam. How much you want to bet it's deflect spam? Oh, no. This person is actually maybe doing something? No. Why did that have 95 ratings? Thanks, remnant. Mostly useless. Mostly not something that I can totally understand why a lot of players would vote to not have remnants as part of their gameplay experience. For the most part, I kind of agree, but there are enough instances where I have found them useful. I'm going to keep them on. Now we have our Centipede friends once again here, our Centipede wannabes. Are you a big version or a small version? You are a big version, long arm Centipede Giraffe. Okay. Now, I forgot one of the things that I wanted to try was the combat art. The combat art that I wanted to try was the praying strikes. I was not expecting necessarily to get thrown directly into a battle here. So I don't know if maybe I might lean back on the Shadow Rush. I have been pretty reliant on this one, and I might default to it here. I'm not sure. Maybe I might want to try Poison as well, just to see if this... there probably are going to be some different attacks compared to the other long arm centipede that we faced. This one is long arm centipede Giraffe. I really should not get backed up against the wall here. He kind of just has one set of moves, doesn't he? It's just the flurry of moves. Oh, you can do that. I had not thought of doing like a jump move against all of this stuff. Like a jump kick. Dang it. Fuck. Panicking. I was panicking there and trying to jump away from a situation that I needed to just... Fuck, and now he's recovered all his vitality, his posture damage. Whew. That's only one, though. Shit. Oh my god. Oh my god. Some of the... It's been a few days since I played Sekiro, and getting thrown back in, even though we faced... I actually... Okay, it has been a few days since I have played on this file and jumped into a new first playthrough sort of scenario where I haven't faced this specific enemy before. However, we have faced the long arm centipede Sen-Un. I don't know what the hell a Sen-Un is. The long arm centipede Giraffe. We've got all the wildlife that we're dealing with here, or at least wildlife names. And what in the hell? So then you get thrown into this scenario, and I think we were sort of trapped from both sides, and we weren't able to get. That's another difference. I've got so many things here that I'm thinking about at once. The juices get flowing when you're trying to survive in that scenario. I was trying to do my best not to panic. On my fresh file, I did just a couple days ago play the long-arm Centipede Senun encounter once again, and this guy was not too different. I think the moveset was actually exactly the same. It's just a long flurry of consecutive deflections that you need to make. And I was mostly spamming L1 there. I think that was just mostly me just spamming for my life, trying to deflect everything that I could. But oh my god. I really need, it's so amazing how fun the combat is, but also how stressful it is and how it can completely, like that gun fort approach, that was a little bit stressful. There was some gnarliness there, but it doesn't get the heart rate up. Maybe that would be one fun thing that you could have for this game, would be to attach a heart rate monitor and just see how much it skyrockets during that sort of an encounter. But really, the key to that is just manage to deflect. Because if you can deflect and properly deflect, you will be building up his posture damage meter very quickly in addition to your own. I just get a little bit worried. I get a little bit panicked sometimes. Ooh, a new prosthetic tool. I was going to say I get a little panicked sometimes when I see my own posture damage building up, and the thought in my mind is I don't want to get my posture broken, because then I'm going to be susceptible to attacks. The upside, or the other thing to consider there is, first of all, you are dealing a lot of posture damage to the enemy in a lot of cases when you're properly deflecting. But also sometimes I've noticed there are a lot of instances where you get your posture broken and the enemy happens to be at the end of their attack sequence, and there's actually no follow-up attack. Maybe it's because that final big double swipe that he does is the one that deals the most posture damage. And so if that's the one, that might be the one that's more likely to break your posture. I just know there are a lot of situations in the game, especially against these tough enemies, where our posture has been broken. I think it was happening against Genichiro as well. Our posture was getting broken, but there was no follow-up attack. Sometimes there is, and you take a lot of damage, but sometimes there isn't. And it's actually okay, because it kind of resets your posture meter. It does reset the posture meter, and you end up not actually being punished for it. Anyway, still calming down from the frantic. The other thing I've been noticing is I have a bad habit, or for whatever reason, I've been jumping more than I should. I've been counting on jumping to be something that gets me out of situations, and it's not a good habit that's building up. It happened to be okay against this enemy because I noticed there was a spot where we could jump and kick him that was not, something other than his big perilous blow sweep attack. That's obviously the key use case for doing the jump and then a jump kick counter. But we actually did it in another spot where we actually interrupted his attack sequence, I think. I might need to watch that footage back a little more closely. Either way, we got the win. And we have a large fan made of dyed red Japanese Aurelia leaves. I don't think I've ever heard that term before. Can be fit to the Shinobi prosthetic to become a prosthetic tool. Fanning it creates a large vortex of wind, spiriting away those it catches. Divine abduction through an 8-handed fan. Once is fine, but twice, and you'll never return. If abducted, we'll head to Mount Congo. At Senpo Temple, we'll perform virtuous deeds. Whose quote is that? That's a very odd quote. Once is fine, but twice, and you'll never return. The 8-handed fan. I definitely want to go check that one out. I was not. I mean, we know that we've had more, at least one more prosthetic upgrade that was going to be on the way, considering some of the locks on our tree. What else? We got a prayer bead. And is there something down here? Aha. There is a spot underneath the floor. We're getting lots of upgrade materials. Probably going to be time for us to look at our prosthetic upgrade tree again. Aha! I was wondering if this might be the door that opens with the key. All right. Huh. Do I recognize this out here? I've been wondering if we might at some point connect. We might connect to the... We saw that Sunken Valley passage where we ran into the Black Hat Badger, and we didn't know what that was about. There didn't seem like there was anything to do there. I've been wondering if we're going to be making our way, connecting there from somewhere else, and I'm wondering if this might be it. I don't quite see that plank sticking out from the cliff face that we were able to walk out on, so maybe this is still somewhere else, but maybe we're headed there. I am going to go back and we're going to spend some sen. We just got our next skill point upgrade, so we might think about spending that as well, but let's at least travel back to the sculptor and take a look at, maybe we can make some upgrades here that will spend our sen for us. Still have our deal broker over there that I would like to cure at some point, just not this moment. Yeah, what I would like to do is I would like to look here at, let's fit the new prosthetic tool first of all, Divine Abduction. So this is, it's just sort of a scenario here where, or a tool that can help us with just knocking people off of cliffs, huh? Well, we might have to experiment with this one, maybe with Hanbei like we did with some of the other tools last time. Let's take a look as well at the upgrade tree here. I think this was the one that I was aiming for, the gouging top, because I liked the idea that it could damage the enemy even if they were guarding. So I think that's the one we'll go ahead and purchase. But we can also look here and see we finally have unlocked the double Divine Abduction. So this one, yeah, it can be waved twice in succession. I really need to see how this thing acts. Maybe we can just try it out outside. It is a mild sort. It is a mild sort of being spirited away that can be returned from quite quickly. However, it said that one can only return from being spirited away once, and if taken again, there is no coming back. All right. We're going to unlock the gouging top. That's the one I feel like we use the most, the shuriken. So let's unlock this, and now we do have some tier 5 information. So the next, wow, this one costs 2,000. Sen throw. This also upgrades the shuriken. It costs sen and spirit emblems to use, and it shoots loaded coin bundles. What the fuck? It also has an upgrade material that we don't have. Is that white gunpowder? While it lacks a shuriken's range, it inflicts far more damage as the coins hit multiple times. The amount of coins thrown increases depending on how much money one possesses? What in the hell is this? Being rich makes the blast incredibly strong, but an empty purse will shoot nothing but dirt, or dust, excuse me. That is hilarious. I don't know that I love this sort of ability that we've seen. I think in Dark Souls 2, there were quite a few of the hexes that would use your souls, and this feels very similar to those. I'm not a huge fan of these sorts of abilities just because I like to spend my sen for other stuff. But who knows? It is a prerequisite for this, which is maybe the ultimate shuriken upgrade. All right, we've also unlocked the first prerequisite for this phantom kunai, which is another one that I find very tempting because it is very cool sounding, and also we have the upgrade material, the phantom kunai, that we purchased so long ago. Oh, it's adamantite scrap. That's the material that we don't have there. Some other ones that we don't have: fulminated mercury, lump of grave wax. Lovely sounding stuff here. All right, we will be maybe looking a little bit more thoroughly at this tree, or I might be looking a little more thoroughly at it in my own time. But for now, let's quickly go ahead and equip this divine abduction and just see what this looks like. So why was that swirling around us? Wait a second. Gathers and releases a gust of wind, forcing enemies caught by the vortex to turn around. It is a mild sort of being... Yeah, okay. Forces enemies to turn around. Okay, that's very different sounding than what I had initially thought. Let's read this a little more closely. Use the fan of leaves to wrap yourselves in whirling winds. Okay. While using Gathering Vortex. I'm reading ahead a little bit here. While using Gathering Vortex, you can use R2 to do Divine Abduction. Release the winds around the enemy, making them suddenly face the opposite direction. Aside from certain strong enemies, they will lose sight of you and be vulnerable to a death blow. Whoa. So, okay, so it doesn't sound like you can use it against the double death blow enemies, but maybe every other type of enemy, this opens them up to a death blow? Dude, okay, actually this might be the new one that I want to have by default. I really want to... Okay, let's equip the gouging top to make sure we have that on the bar, because I want to try that, but actually this sounds amazing. Let me try this one more time. It does cost 3. It does cost 3 emblems, so I can do this, and then if I press it again, it does it in all directions. I wondered at first if it was something that was only going to be... If it was only going to direct the wind, like, in front of me. But it actually looks like it does it in every direction. So imagine being able to... Because now we have these things, which... Oh, dude, I have not tried. I had the wrong ninjutsu. I'm thinking back to that scenario where I failed to sneak up behind one of the shotgun enemies. I have not tried this puppeteer ninjutsu in a normal combat scenario. We should do that, because I want to see what it's like. What is it like to just have... How long does this last? Does it last until the puppet dies? Most mind control... I'm used to thinking about mind control type abilities as having a time limit to them. And the only time we've tried this was the kite scenario, which seemed like no time limit. Like because the kite just stays up there. So does that mean that puppet is just staying there the entire time? But maybe that's a special scenario. We need to test this. This is the thing about this game, is that there are so many different things to try, and it can be very easy to just get comfortable in what works. But I like trying to keep the variety and see all the things that the game has to offer. It also means that I probably need more spirit emblems. So maybe we'll take a look here and remind ourselves. See, one of the problems with getting more spirit emblems is they are they're on the top part of these trees. There's an ability here, and there's two abilities here. Is there any other? Those look like the main, or the only spots that I can see where we can increase our Spirit Emblem capacity. And maybe maybe the next upgrade should be this one. It just is, it's the end of its path, right? There's no next tier ability that you are building towards if you commit to one of these abilities. And as we discussed previously, I like shooting for the ultimate upgrades. We'll see how it goes here. Let's get back into the action though, because now we are feeling much better about... Maybe I'll just check and see if there's anything we want to buy real quick with the rest of our sen. Very quickly look and see, were there any more... You have heavy coin purses. Maybe we'll buy some pellets. We have a lot of pellets in storage now. It's fine. We'll hold on to what we have and see. We may not be going directly into a boss. We did fight the long-armed centipede enemy just now, so we might not be heading... I'm a little worried about encountering the big snake, though. That's the thing that was coming to my mind as soon as we opened the doors there. We used our gun fort key. And so the thoughts that... The last time we opened a door, or we opened a spot that had Lady Butterfly, the door to her room needed a key. And I'm wondering if maybe another very dangerous scenario is about to follow. Let's head back, though, to the gun fort. I'm having so much fun with this game. It gets the heart rate flowing. It puts you to the test mentally. I still don't know what this spot is about, though. There is that ledge there, which I can't... Maybe we're supposed to get there from the outside? Is that what we're meant to do? Or is there some other part of the path here that I haven't seen? Maybe we can get there from the outside. Let's take a look out here. Let's see. This is the Sunken Valley Passage. I still am not seeing that board from the cliff face, but I feel like we're going to be getting back there sooner than later. Is there any... I don't see a spot leading back in, unless it's over here. I'm trying to figure out how to get to that item that was inside just now. There's a snake. There is maybe the same snake from before. I hadn't even considered the possibility there might be two, or that there might be more than one. But you are definitely down here. Our rematch with the snake is about to be afoot. I want to look around a little bit more, though, and see if this is a mystery that I can solve now. Do I just need to jump? Do I just need to take a leap of faith and expect that there is going to be a grapple point? I don't think there's anything useful in this direction. It's just down here. There's a grapple point on this ledge, but then from here, where do we go? I think if I jump from here, there's no grapple point. And I'm not seeing... It's not making sense to me how we get there. I guess we'll just have to come back for that later, make a mental note of that. How do we get to that loot? All right, let's refresh our health, and then we're going to be getting into it here with the snake. So let's rest and see where we are going to be heading. Where do we want to be heading? I'm going to put the monocular back on the bar so we can scout things out a bit. The giant snake has returned, or we have returned to the giant snake. Let's take a look here. So we've got this bridge. That's the obvious path forward, right? And maybe the only path forward. I keep looking at this cliff face because I'm expecting to see the the board or plank that we walked out on, but I don't. It's not that cliff face, I don't think. Let's look over on this side. I'm just going to look a little bit more closely to make sure there's not a passage that I missed in the structure here below. Okay. Thinking maybe I could crouch underneath to a opening that I had missed to get that loot, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Let's look over here. Man, this feels very similar to where I was before. Maybe I just can't see the plank. No, there it is. I do see the plank now. This is the spot, isn't it? That is exactly where we had walked out from, and it makes sense maybe why... I'm gonna go back there and take a look, because we had not seen the snake before. I'm wondering, is that a draw distance thing? But I want to take another look from there, maybe because I don't know exactly why that location exists, because we didn't seem to be able to go anywhere from there. But maybe it only exists to give us a lookout point from which we can scout where we're going to be heading. So I just want to very quickly take another look there. It would be this one, right? Also give me a chance to hydrate. Let's take another look here. Sunken Valley Passage. It does not show us the snake. I think it's just a draw distance thing. We've got the bridge. We might just make a run for it. There's nothing... We're not losing too much if we just make a run for it, even if we die. But if we make... Let's say we make a run for it here. Is there anywhere to go here? Is there a ledge down here that we're supposed to... That doesn't look walkable. Are we just supposed to be doing battle with the snake? Is that a thing? I think actually we're supposed to be going down this direction. Because there are, I can see grappling hook points here, right? So the bridge, even though it takes us across to this ledge that kind of extends this way. Now, maybe there is something at the end of this ledge. We should check over there and see. It all depends on how much the snake is going to be attacking us. But past this ledge, I don't think we're progressing in this direction. So the main path, in order to... There is an item down here, actually, we can see. So we could actually... We don't even necessarily have to go across the bridge. We could just drop down. And we can head over in this direction. This rock here kind of has a... It has an opening. It's kind of curved. I don't know if that's something we're supposed to be using for cover. Swimming in underneath that rock. But eventually, I think maybe we're making it over here as our ultimate goal. Okay. Just wanted to give another quick look to see, to get an idea of how we want to be exploring this section. So we might be taking some deaths here, but that's fine. As we explore against the snake, I noticed as I was playing on the fresh file, the first snake encounter is more deadly when you have the bell demon. You're still here. I thought you were going back to... He just... I guess maybe he exists. Maybe you could go back to the spot in Ashina Castle, and he would be there as well as here. Maybe you can sort of see him in both locations. We're going to go back to the gun fort now. And let's see about... We're going to first start by making a run across the bridge and just see how the snake handles this. Does the snake is going to notice us at some point, right? Maybe, who knows? Maybe the snake is just chilling out, taking a nap. Right? Are there any holes in this bridge? I only saw the perilous blow. The perilous blow was the only thing that I see. Got it. I did not get a good look at that snake to see whether or not you were missing an eye. Making it across that bridge, I don't think is going to be possible. At least not alive. That's for sure. So going out, it took a... Oh, now it's actually broken. The bridge is actually broken. So that bridge was completely a bait. As we maybe kind of suspected, I wasn't sure if there was an item to be had over there, which maybe we could get to. Maybe the sequence could have been going across the bridge, getting the item, and then coming back to it, and then getting ambushed by the snake. Interestingly, the snake is not wrapped around this rock anymore. It's sort of looking out at the lake, which is not great. I don't love that. Now it does seem like there's only one path, which is down this way. But how are we going to do that without getting spotted by the snake? Doesn't spot us yet. We're getting quite a few snap seeds. Snap seeds. Which we ended up not having to use any against Lady Butterfly. But I'm sure there's going to be some other spots where they could be useful. Do I want to go across to those grapple points? I don't see any items, so I don't think those grapple points going toward the broken bridge are useful to us? Question mark? They're just more likely to get us spotted by the snake. So let's think about going in this direction. The problem is, where are the grapple spots in this direction? Do I have to end up in the water? That feels like that's going to get us killed. Either by getting spotted by the snake or taking fall damage. Ooh, I am noticing there's a fish down in the water there. Fish there. Probably not. I think definitely not the most threatening part of this scenario, though. Wait, oh, I forgot. We should look at the snake. This is the same snake. We can see that eye. The eye that we dealt with before. We poked you in the eye. I mean, we kind of had to do it. You kind of didn't give us a choice, I'm afraid. I know, though. You're eternally pissed at us now. Where are we heading? We kind of have to head in this direction, don't we? But maybe we should try to get across to the grapple points first. So let me run and jump. Ooh, it is an intermediate point. Well, now we're probably dead. Oh no, we can actually swim. Swimming is actually okay. And maybe this is a hiding spot from you. So the perilous blow appearing is not instant death. The snake actually does not have picture-perfect aim. So maybe I was thinking at first waiting until a perilous blow happens and then sort of like using your swim dash to dodge the snake lunging at you. That seemed to work okay. Now, there, you're right there. Okay, now how do we get around you now? We just make a dash for it. That's a fish aggroing to me. I thought at first the snake was on me. There was a fish. All right, let's... Can I go out here? I actually have stealth over here in the tall grass. Question mark? Okay, well, that is, I guess, the positive of having partially blinded the snake is that your peripheral vision on this side is non-existent. And I just realized that. What is this? These are remnants. Okay. No! God damn it. God damn it. Just like the initial cave sequence. It's almost a scripted scenario there. Maybe you can get killed if you're not quick enough, but at the very last minute, it's, I think, kind of scripted for the snake to see you and lunge at you just as you're going out of reach into the little cave or passageway. And that one definitely got me. Okay, let's rest. And take another look out here at the risk of being smacked upside the head by the snake once again, but I kind of wanted to see. The snake appears to have reset. So this is, as we had with the first snake encounter, there is a scripted kind of sequence that once it ends. Now, is the snake gone altogether? Or could we re-aggro it if we were to go back out here? It might be gone altogether. Now, I'm not sure there's anything else to find out here, but I don't see the snake anymore. So maybe I will give a quick look around just to see, because maybe there are carp, right? There is a big water area here, and maybe there are some carp scales to be found, maybe in this direction. So far, the fish have not posed the biggest danger. These ones did not drop carp scales, though. Okay, so they're not the magic carp variety, which is unfortunate. I'd like to get some more of those scales at some point. Maybe they drop them rarely. Did I get both of them? I think I actually killed both of them. Okay, I think that is it. Let's check over here. So there are a couple spots there is actually tall grass to hide in when you are in the water. That does give you the effect similar to crouching in tall grass, where the little vignette effect around the sides of the screen happens. Do I need to worry about, or do I need to care about trying to kill this fish that keeps aggroing to us? You don't seem actually very hostile. You seem to want to get away from us. Just the thought in my mind of maybe there are other fish besides the very obvious magic carps that we've killed so far. Maybe there are other kinds of fish that also drop those scales. All right, either way, we are now at, I forgot to check the name of this idol, the Riven Cave. Are you kidding me? How many different... Maybe there haven't been that many references to... for those who are not familiar, there are a couple very old school games. Myst and its sequel, Riven. Kind of the genre-defining point-and-click, not 3D adventure games, but they kind of birthed their own genre, Myst-likes. And we've had the Myst Raven, which made me initially think of those games, but now we actually have the word itself, Riven, which I think means torn apart, I think. So it is, I think, an actual word, but I could be wrong about that. But I don't hear it very often. I really, this might be the first video game that I have played since actually playing Riven that uses that word. But we are here in the Riven Cave. And let's head up and see what we're dealing with here. Are we going to have more snake eyes? We have our first adamantite scrap, though, which was the new upgrade material that we saw. Adamantine ore with a dull silvery shine. Can only be mined in the oldest parts of Ashina. Ancient rock and soil is said to attract the grace of gods, perhaps lending this metal its supple strength. Cool, cool, cool. So, all right. Well, so Riven Cave. For those who are not familiar, Myst is actually where I get my name. The name Akinar comes from a character in Myst, and Riven was the sequel to Myst, and it's my favorite in the series. So the fact that that name comes up is so interesting. If you have not played either of those games, I would definitely recommend checking them out. There have been numerous Myst remakes. And I think there's even been a Riven remake finally announced. I already thought the fact that one of our prosthetic tools being named Miss Raven is already kind of coincidental enough. Is it possible? Is it possible that Miyazaki, now that we have Riven Cave, is it possible that Miyazaki is secretly a Myst fan? Now, where are we at the moment? I don't think we've been here. I don't remember seeing these statues. What am I hearing? Hello? A monkey with a sword. We have a monkey with a sword. And a hat? What in the... Are you wearing a samurai hat? Is that what is going on here? I think you have a samurai hat on. What the hell? Now we have sword-wielding monkeys. Okay. I mean, we've already had the folding screen monkeys, so this is maybe not too surprising. Although you attacked me a lot more than the folding screen monkeys ever did. I think I see another one down here. Oh, they're multiple. So we are... And this other one has its own hat. Wait, does it have a gun? The monkeys have guns too? That's what it looks like. It looks like a little... Is it a pistol? Well... Okay, I see. I don't think there's anything in this direction. This is... Not sure where... If we've been there before, where I'm looking down. But either way, I guess we're pressing forward here and looking out for the monkeys. The monkeys with swords, the monkeys with guns. There is an intermediate grapple point there. There is also a grapple point down here. Okay, maybe let's go down there. Aha! There's a friend here. Well, friend. Not really a friend. I keep forgetting I have this, the mind control. Should I mind control one of the monkeys? Maybe let's do that. Now, wasn't there one over here? I thought there was one on there was only that one with the sword, huh? Where did I see the other monkey? There you are. Okay. I think let's try mind controlling this next one and see what happens. Let's check down here first. I don't want to mind control you. Because I want to mind control one that I'm going to potentially be able to use in combat with others. You had 3 ceramic shards. What? Who? Oh, it's the guy I wanted to mind control. God damn it. Is he coming my way now? Can they actually make it over to me? Because they're monkeys and they can, like... Maybe not. I thought maybe he might be able to climb up and actually get to me. Alright, oh yeah, go back to where you were. Let's try to do this the right way. Is there anything worth going over there for? I don't see any items. So let's wait for this guy to turn around. And let's see if there's anybody over here that might be backing him up. Doesn't look like it. So we can drop down here and get you. And we'll do the mind control this time and see. I'm curious to see if there's going to be a time limit. Where is he going? Is he just going after them? He just immediately engages them, huh? He doesn't, like, follow me around, which is what I was thinking might be the case. But he just goes and jumps into action for the nearest. Okay, so first of all, there. Oh my gosh, he does have a gun. That was kind of amazing. He shot that one in the air. Are those Nightjar down there? Oh no. Okay, I'm learning multiple things now about how this puppeteer system works. Okay, he got killed off by the Nightjar. Huh. I was thinking he would sort of follow me. He clearly did not. I was thinking he would just sort of follow me and stay by my side, and then once I engaged in combat, then he would jump into the thick of things. But no, he doesn't wait around. He's just like, do I see enemy? See enemy, attack. Very, very simple, straightforward mind control logic. There are items down here, and there are more monkeys. So that mind control could be very, very powerful. And I think I might use it against if there are Nightjar coming up, the Nightjar might be a tougher enemy, and having one of them turn to my side could be very powerful. There's one monkey here. There's actually two. There's actually three. So maybe we do this again. But I need a backstab, right? I can't just do the plunging death blow. It has to be... Oh, there's actually so many of you. All right, hold on. We're going to definitely do the mind control again here. No. Why was it giving me a backstab on my own guy? That threw me off, and I just sort of did it by instinct. That was weird. It let me do a backstab on my own guy again. I thought my guy had died at first. I thought my guy was dead. I like his hat. I'm learning how this... I'm learning some very new things about how this puppet system... works. I'm down to 4 spirit emblems. So did the time finally run out? I think the time finally ran out on you. And when the time runs out, you actually just die. I was wondering if he might revert to being a normal enemy, but that makes sense because we already kind of killed him, right? We did the death blow, and now we have sort of controlled him after death for some period of time. But there is a time limit, which is what I would have suspected in a normal use case, as opposed to the special kite use case. Okay, where are the Nightjar here? I see a Nightjar there. There are lots of ways to go. Lots of ways to go. Trying to figure out which one is the right way, question mark. There are spirit emblems here which we can grab. And then I thought I saw 2 Nightjar. Did I not? Can I get a better vantage point? Let's maybe go over here. Looking for any other monkeys on this side. There are so many monkeys here. What the fuck? Are they gathered around somebody? Or are they just hanging out? I think they might just be hanging out, but god damn, I do not want to take on that many monkeys. What are they? Some of them might be looking at something? Huh. That seems to be a situation where we are meant to sneak around. They're giving us a ledge to sort of crouch nearby so that we don't have to take them all at once. At the same time, I don't know, could we? I'll get the whirlwind. We still have not used praying strikes. Maybe I will use this against the Nightjar if it comes up. Okay, I do want to check out the Nightjar first, though, before we get to that. So is there any way... I wanted to see... I guess let's go down here. The Nightjar, I think, is above. I think it's up on the ledge above us. And this is just the... No, there is a Nightjar down here. Okay, hold on. Ooh, those praying strikes are interesting. Something else I have picked up. There's another one coming. Take a momentary retreat here. Something else I have noticed from playing the fresh file. Oh, there's another spot to go down here. Oh, shit. Okay, I missed this path. There is a lot more to this. Yeah, there's totally another path down this way. Okay, let's check this out. Now, I want to get to that item there. How do I do that? How do I do that? There is a grapple point there, but can I reach that? No. Dang it. Let's take a drink so I don't die the next time I jump off. It took me back here. That's actually fortunate. I kind of wanted to go back here. Scrap iron and contact medicine. What I was saying is that the fresh file has taught me trying to sneak in through a situation here where Nightjar could be lurking around the corner while also talking. Not the easiest thing to do. But that spin attack that the Nightjar have, that their spinning shuriken attack that can totally fuck you up if you're not blocking it. If you can manage to deflect it, however, you can actually get a lot of posture damage. And I think that's what we managed to do there. So that feels pretty good. Learning how to take on enemies correctly. There's also an item here. There is so much to this spot. Let's get to this grapple point. Okay, okay. And now we go down here. Akos sugar. Did I see? I keep thinking that I'm seeing a sculptor's idol, but it's just those flowers over there. So now this is the spot I wanted to get to. So we can sneak up on this guy now. We're not going to do any mind control on you. Any monkeys below me? Just seems like this one guy over here. And I guess I will sneak up on you using this spot here. No. Where was that grapple point? Oh, it's an intermediate one. That threw me off because I thought there was a grapple point going to his ledge. Or that was a grapple point going to his ledge, but it wasn't quite. But we got there regardless. Is this Ashina Depths? I'm actually... Okay, so at first I thought maybe it looked like the spot that when we fell down the bottomless hole to the Ashina Depths. I thought maybe that this looked similar to that spot. But now I'm wondering if maybe it is some sort of a boss arena. Maybe, maybe not. Let's keep going down. So many intermediate points. Is that one supposed to get us back up, or is it a down-only spot? All right, let's go. There's another intermediate spot here, which we can use to go to here. Okay. Where are... Is that a sculptor's idol, or is that a memorial mob? Either way, I think we're going there. Going there next. Also, we're going to find out if this is poison water. It looks like it's poison water. Poison swamp time. It is a FromSoft game. There's eventually going to be a poison swamp, right? I think this is just the memorial mob's lighting. There's no actual sculptor's idol here, but it is another memorial mob, I think. How's it going? This is quite the spot down here you've picked out. Another one. Cough hack. All right, let's see what you've got. You do also have a talk option. Oh, it says toxic memorial mob. Bro, you are toxic. You know that? Let's look at what you are selling first. Oh, a new kind of gourd. Green mossy gourd. A curved moss-covered gourd filled with medicinal water. Refills upon rest. While it does not heal poison status, it reduces poison buildup and increases poison resistance. This gourd was made out of necessity by those that made poisonous lands their home. It's said if you live there long enough, eventually poison won't affect you at all. You just build up that inherent... You just become toxic. Just become toxic, and then the poison don't affect you anymore. I kind of want to get this. It is very expensive, though. I don't think I want to be popping coin purses for it necessarily. We have a lot in savings. Let's see how we can make... Let's see how we do. I feel like we have a lot of antidote powders. Well, that's actually less than I thought, but 18 is not bad. So let's see if antidote powders can get us by, because antidote powders do actually cure poison. But what do you have in terms of dialogue?
この先の洞窟には入りなさんな。古いお社があるばかりの蛇神様の住処じゃて。それに蛇神様に飲まれちまったら我らの供養もできぬからの。
Hacking cough. Have you ever thought about what if I wanted to get married? What if I just wanted to get married to the snake? Do you ever think of that? Don't judge my life choices. The serpent god, huh? The serpent god. Is he talking about the place where we've already come from? Because we've already had another run-in with the snake. That hacking cough. Don't let that do you in. No, he's talking about this cave. Okay, I see what you're talking about. Okay. Let's not go there yet. I will go ahead and heed the advice of the the toxic mob. So toxic. What I'm going to do though first, boy, you are really... Is there an idol around somewhere? Let me just... If there's an idol nearby, then it might be worth going into this cave a little bit. But I am not seeing one. I would love to just get another checkpoint if possible. Does jumping out of the poison swamp does stop the poison buildup? That is a dual wielding monkey that is just waiting around in the toxic swamp. Lovely. Dang, all of a sudden we have actually opened up. There are some diverging paths here in our Sunken Valley progression. This is I'm looking ahead here and thinking that this maybe is not a boss arena, but it sure looks like it's going to be a double death blow enemy. So we've got a challenge here. We've got a challenge beyond the memorial mob. So maybe we'll sort of like this direction here. We'll sort of like save that for later. And maybe we'll explore this way, but part of me is kind of wanting to head back up now and sort of maybe leave the down. Now that we have discovered Poison Swampville, it's not exactly Blighttown, but I'm still not in love with tackling that at this very moment, at least not until I feel like I want to keep going in with the upper path of progression, at least for now. So why don't we head back up and we'll sort of log this for later. I don't want to use that grapple point, I don't think. But we know when we want to get some poison swamp action, we know where to go. And maybe when we need a prayer bead, we're at how many prayer beads at the moment? 2, I think, right? I think we only have 2 right now. So we'll log that for later. There's another grapple point there, potentially. Taking a look down in this direction to see how far this poison swamp does extend quite a ways, it seems. And who knows, maybe it does connect up eventually with where that bottomless hole was. I'm not sure. We have traveled downwards pretty far now, haven't we? The Sunken Valley passage after the gun fort, that actually took us down in elevation quite a bit, and so maybe this location here does line up with where you would have fallen down the quote-unquote bottomless hole. Let's head back up in this direction, though. So now we're back up where the massive troop of monkeys is hanging out. I kind of want to go up here, I think. Because there is a nightjar over there, and maybe there are multiple. It looks like there are multiple. We've got the troop of monkeys here. Can we take a look at things without getting spotted? Is there anything, like, I'm looking, is there like a big leader? One big alpha monkey? Not sure yet, but can we go this direction? And will this bring us into vision of the nightjar? Or do we have a spot where we can sneak down and get behind? Could be dicey. Let me see what's over here. It would be great if we could get a backstab and have one of the nightjars mind controlled, which I will definitely pull the trigger on if I can do it. I think we now have the position to do it. Not you. I can get the backstab on you, though. Whoa. I think you were going for your former friend and you just happened to hit me, but that is interesting information. The fact that your puppeteer or your puppet, the puppet can damage the puppeteer. But now that there's no enemies around, can I send you in as the sacrificial lamb? Will you just aggro to the monkeys over there? How close do we have to get to see what happens? Will you follow me up this way? There, he is attacking them. Oh, and you killed one of them. And now you're dead. Did they get you back? Or did you run out of time? Because I feel like some of them have guns, don't they? Do I want to be taking on this group? Is there any reason or point? I mean, I could be using shuriken. I'm going to run out of shuriken, but I could thin the herd quite a bit, right? Although maybe they give shuriken back. Let's see what happens here. I also forgot I have gouging top. That one did not give me a shuriken back. Did one of them actually aggro to me? I think one actually aggroed because it got hit, even though I was aiming for a different one. That might have been what happened. Not totally sure. That actually didn't kill that one either. All right, so we're not really making a dent in the herd, and we're just kind of pissing some people off. Maybe we're making a slight dent. I do kind of want to get that item back there. I could also just, we could also just equip this whirlwind slash. The monkeys aren't the strongest, but man, taking all of them on at once, that feels like the wrong way to go. Although maybe if now that I've separated some of them, can I get over to that point there? want to deal with this? Okay, that actually works. Whirlwind slash OP. I'm getting the death blow just to give me the iframes in case I'm running into other attacks. But the whirlwind slash is working very well. Even if we're getting a little bit of a frame rate, we're getting some frame rate issues here. I'm not sure if it's frame rate or if there's like some weirdness with their animations. We got monkey boos. I guess because we killed all the monkeys? Did we kill? We killed all of them. And we got monkey boos in return. Huh. They all drop shards. And there's pacifying agent here as well. I guess let's go down and get this loot. So they drop monkey boos, which means we now have... We now have 3 different kinds. Maybe not 3 different kinds, but 3 different instances. We have 1 sake and 2 monkey boos. One of these I think we should use to drink with Emma. Now that we've got a lot of alcohol options, I kind of want to see what the extra dialogue is going to be from Emma. Curious to know more from her side of things, and maybe she would open up about what is the fact that Dogen is her father. That was maybe the best use of whirlwind slash we've had. It kind of makes me wish I would have just jumped right into the thick and maybe taken them all out at once. Maybe we could have. But you know me, gotta be at least a little bit cautious and calculated, measured. I do see a sculptor's idol though. How do we get there? I think I see a path here. Nice. Oh my goodness. That is a massive monkey. That is a ginormous... You're here. Okay, we'll talk to you in a second. Let me just get this sculptor's idol first. Because we have found Bodhisattva? That feels kind of like an Indian name. Bodhisattva? Interesting. But I saw this guy over here. I saw this guy. Holy shit. Is that a sword you have? Is it a sword on your back, or are you wearing it as like a necklace or something? What the hell's going on there? Why does this statue made me think of Guinevere for some reason. There's also a baby here. There is a baby that is praying. Praying baby, huh? You never know what you're gonna find when you just do a little monocular scouting. I think I am going to rest though, because I think we have now, I feel pretty good about the exploration of this path. Might have been one or two things we missed, but we're gonna rest in just a moment after we talk to you.
巣穴に潜り込み干し柿盗んでくれようぞ。
干し柿、どういうことだ。
はい、困りごとかい。しからばお米じゃぞい。お米じゃ。困りごとあるならばお米を恵んでくだされよ。
Okay. I don't know if you are the same lady that keeps showing up. I think it's the same voice actor, but it would be yeah, rice from the divine child is what I figured. Whether or not you are the same lady, you also like rice. It's just a little curious to me if, unless you are traveling around in ways similar to the shinobi, or just using the sculptor's idol. Maybe you're just a sculptor's idol traveler. Maybe in the same fashion that Emma gets around. This gives us a good opportunity, though, for us to head back to the inner sanctum and see if we can get some rice. This was something that I did have on my mental to-do list at some point, and it just kind of got pushed back. But I wanted to see what would happen if we came back here and tried to get some more rice. I also was curious to see what this would do. I don't think I had seen this before. It does say go to Halls of Illusion. Why would we want to go back to the Halls of Illusion? That's not immediately clear to me. Maybe we'll do that later. But we've beaten the folding screen monkeys once. Is it like a replay of the battle? I don't know. I'd like to see if we can get some more rice, though. I appreciate that. Do you have any more rice? I've got some people in need of your sustenance. Yeah, it really does feel just like you had in Bloodborne, where certain NPCs would give out blood, but only one copy of it, and so you would need to use the blood that you had in order to get a new set or a new sample. But we got some more rice. Cool. Sayonara. Sayonara. Not for long. We'll be back eventually. But good to know we've got the rice hookup, I guess. So let's make our way back to the Sunken Valley. This lady, I'm thinking back to the other lady that we met before. I might need to review what she said. There was the mention of fresh fruit and dried fruit. This one is talking about dried fruit, but I feel like the other lady, or maybe the same lady at the other place, was talking about fresh fruit, and that was in connection to the deal with the kite. We brought her rice, and she told us how to mind control somebody to fly the kite. And I think she was mentioning fresh fruit. But did we ever get the fresh fruit? Obviously, we've gotten persimmon, a persimmon. Does that count as this fresh fruit? But the dried fruit sounds like it is in that cave past the memorial mob. And you're going to give us some key information about that? Okay, so we'll give you the rice. Right, she goes into her her rice-induced trance. A trainer of monkeys.
され。
Huh.
甘しい。
干し柿を欲するならば猿回し、猿を踊らせ食らわせる。猿を踊らせるとは一体。
Make a monkey dance. What does it mean? I feel like it might have something to do with mind control. Once again, the puppeteer ninjutsu. Sounds like we might have to mind control a monkey in order for it to get eaten by the snake. But either way, that is going to be for next time, as this is where I'm going to wrap up this installment of Sekiro. We have a giant monkey boss question mark in front of us, and we have everybody's favorite in the FromSoft franchise, the Poisonous Swamp, the evergreen evergreen literally classic. But that will be for next time. Today was good progress, though. We made it through Gunfort, and we took down another long-arm centipede. We survived the Sunken Valley passage and the now half-blind snake. And that is surely not going to be the last time that we cross paths. So can't wait to find out what is going to happen. Thank you all very much for joining me, and I hope to see you in the next one.